on Iwtv News.
Secure drill on campus.
Writing and composition, I was like, wait a second, what?
Costume party time. Food too.
It was a mask that I had at home.
Football, baby. For the cup.
We know where we're standing, so.
District champs. Again.
I don't have words to say.
From the campus of Iowa Western, you're watching Iwtv News.
Hello and welcome to our latest edition of Iwtv News. I'm JJ Davis. And talk about having all your bases covered. Reaver Country spares no expense, takes all the precautions that are necessary. Now, Iowa Western's had lockdown drills every year, and this year, the leaves are changing, a new season falling into place. Inside, a place of learning, and on this day, the hallways filled with an urgent plea.
Lockout secure for Council Bluffs campus. There is a press outside the building. Stay inside. The exterior doors are locked. This is a drill.
Cierre de emergencia del campus de Council Bluffs. Hay una amenaza fuera del edificio. Quédense adentro. Las puertas exteriores están cerradas. Este es un simulacro.
Phones light up with the first ever secure drill. What is it?
Pretty similar to high school.
Really? How so?
Just kind of stay inside, go on about your day.
Well, at first when they thought it was a threat, I was like, well, what's going on outside? But then when I heard it's just a drill, you know, it was pretty normal, like just a normal day.
No one's really used to it. You know, it's something that just kind of happens. I don't think it's something people should be used to.
Well, I was actually homeschooled, so I've never done a lockdown drill before. Kind of threw me off with over the intercom. I was writing in composition. I was like, wait a second, what?
Yeah.
And then I heard this was a drill. I was like, oh, okay.
Secure drill complete. Please resume normal activities.
How does a teacher keep his students calm?
Please resume normal activities.
We've done this enough times. They are fairly relaxed about it. They're comfortable with it. But still, we try to give them encouragement and let them know that it is a drill.
It's always better to take precautions and make sure everything works.
I thought that the drill follows typical guidelines of what most schools do.
This is pretty new to me, and I would say it's helpful too.
They care about the students' safety and that we can make sure everything works correctly.
Works correctly and efficiently. Inside, just another day in the life at Iowa Western, and outside, falling into place. But Reaver Country, all secure, leaving nothing to chance. Little later, football, baby. The juggernaut rolls on. But next up, party time on Halloween when we come back.
From the campus of Iowa Western, this is Iwtv News.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
This is always a fun time. People, employees, get to let their hair down a little bit and have some fun and play dress up. And believe me, they were all dressed up with everybody to show. And not just for show, perchance. How about for some spooky bragging rights? Because you see, first place, up for grabs. It takes all kinds have eyes on the prize. Pouting, not allowed in the annual employee Halloween costume party. The Reaver Room, full of odd food and odd people. All in good fun. But of course, I
am Lambert, the sheepish lion, and because I'm sheepish.
But you are here for everybody to see.
No, that's why I stayed at the table and didn't get up.
What made you dress up as an eye guy?
Because it was a mask that I had at home that I could easily take off when I taught class today.
We support the teams and we love everybody about the Reavers.
What is it about the mask?
Well, you know, you got to hide your identity, who your true identity is.
Yours is?
I can't tell you.
The Addams family. And your winner for the individual contest, second year in a row, was Bun in the Oven.
Get together that I enjoy every year. It's an excuse to dress up and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, bro. President, we got the Prez, we got the VP, we got the Portland, bro.
Yes, it takes all kinds in the Reaver Room, full of food and odd people. The annual employee Halloween costume party, where there's nothing next to normal. Showing off of a different kind in the Hall of Fame room. How about another ring ceremony? And for some, I'm talking more than one. All eyes on the Hall of Fame room for Shaquille Dakers, the 2022 National Outdoor Men's Discus Champion, and others. It's time to ring in some more rings. The women ring in their second straight national indoor team title, along with their first outdoor national championship.
I think that that's something that's very special, and that's something that, that you guys earned, and I'm very proud of y'all. All right?
Thank you.
Let's open.
These are so cool.
I have four.
When you saw them, what was your reaction?
Super excited. I was so excited. I just feel like I'm so proud of myself because I feel like we put too much effort and it paid off. So good.
Yeah. You doing the weight room, going to practice, be on time, train hard, have the right mindset, and just going out there and just performing to the best of your ability. This is what it shows, you know what I'm saying? When you get this now, you say, all right, cool, this is not for free. This comes from hard work.
You know, the first time I got mine, I was speechless, and it's the same reaction today. They're just amazing.
That's crazy.
It's awesome. I mean, the faces, the rings, just all the hard work. You see all the hard work in these exciting faces come out when they get the fruits of their labors, right?
Right. Ring day for members of the Iowa Western men's and women's track teams. And as per usual, Reaver Country has a ringside seat. The volleyball team knows something about championship rings, yet another trip to the Natty. Football, baby, first, home and away, after the break.
Action!
Drop that baby.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
It's been a fun ride so far. Winning is always fun, and it sure beats the alternative. The Iowa Western football team rolls on. Now, the Reavers have quietly piled up an unbeaten record, and the season is winding down. But still, Big Blue still has a tough road to hoe, beginning with always tough Butler. Reaver Country bands together for the big game against Butler. Number 2 against number 6.
Tell. You won the toss.
The Grizzlies win the toss, give Big Blue the ball. Iowa Western, 75 yards, 9 plays. Quarterback Aiden Edens, 2 for 2 on the drive, including this 30-yarder to L.J. Fitzpatrick. QB James Graham does the rest. Number 4 tough ones here, scores from 2 yards out on the next play. The visitors go 3 and out, and the dark side D, 2 of its 9 sacks. And then Needens finds Jaden Koger all alone. 46 yards for 6, and it's 14 to zip Reavers. Now the home team winning all 3 phases. Justin Erb blocks the punt. Matt Cordas picks it up and scores. And it's 21-0 Iowa Western still in the first quarter.
Look, you know, empty, we're going Lion. All right, boundary Lion.
Second quarter, the Grizzlies, 4th and 1. The dark side gives up just 155 yards of total O. Less than 2 to go in the half. Needens hits Bryant Williams. Number 25 turns it into a 54-yard scoring play. 27-7 Big Blue at the break. Second half, the Reavers over 380 total yards. Jaden Koger like a runaway bull. For 46, Aiden Edens, 12 of 18, 189 yards, his 3rd TD pass on the day. Iowa Western beats down the Butler, 33-14.
Yeah, it was big, against the wind. And we drove the field, and it was good. We started off well. There's spurts, but that's in good football games. That's what happens. Shut them down. We gave them a short field. Gave up 1 touchdown, that we gave them a couple first downs, playing really, really well.
Yeah, we had a good offensive day. Those guys up front, they did a great job. And then I was just trying to get my ball out to my guys and let them go make a play.
Keep winning, everything takes care of itself.
Yeah, we control our own destiny. We win, we go 1-0 each week. we know where we're standing. So.
Reaver fans, things are coming out. Scott Strohmeyer and the Reavers run their unbeaten record to 7-0. Next up, the fight for the cup at 13th ranked Iowa Central.
Okay, good game. Enjoy it. Comes back. Next one's going to be tougher. We got to be smarter.
If the players running over.
They meet in the center of the ring in Fort Dodge. Scoreless game until the third quarter. Iowa Central lights it up with 2 touchdown passes, 54 here, 31 yards to go up 13-0. But the Reavers strike right back.
It will be blocked by the Reavers, and it's going to be for the second week in a row, Matt Cordes.
Matt Cordes for the second week in a row. Later in the quarter, Aiden Eatons, 28 yards to L.J. Fitzpatrick wide open.
Fire the cannons, L.J. Fitzpatrick.
14-13 visitors. Now it's tied at 21 in the fourth. Neatons finishes off a 10-play, 57-yard drive. Iowa Western by 7. And then for the final nail.
Down he goes, ball loose, caused by Filer. Scooped up. It is Terrio Thompson.
Iowa Western stays unbeaten, wins the cup, and its 12th regular season conference title. Second-ranked Big Blue now 8-0 with 2 to go.
Terrio Thompson, the recent Iowa commit, scooping it up.
Now to the men's soccer team. The reigning national champs run with their rivals as the postseason party gets underway. Playoff time as the second-ranked Reavers battle rival Iowa Central in a regional semifinal. 12 minutes into the match. Jesus De Vincente with the penalty kick as the home team grabs the lead. But the Tritons come right back with a PK of their own. And the freshman from Spain, Hector Munoz, comes up big. The home team then clears it. Munoz, 5 big saves on the day. That's the way it sits at the half. Second half, a very physical game. 9 yellow cards handed out and 2 red, both to the visitors. Iowa Western, 11 shots overall, and then in the 60th minute. Junior Casillas, far post. Big Blue holds off a very spirited Iowa Central 2-0.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be like that. I thought the referee actually did a really great job of managing it and preventing it from something getting stupid. Because this stuff had been building up since the game. But it's what it is. Our guys handled their stuff well, and they did what they needed. We get the result, we move on.
Iowa Western moves on to the regional final against upstart Indian Hills. The women run with the Tritons the next day in their regional semifinal. Not even 5 minutes into the match, Hannah Schimmer uses her head, and the rout is on. Little later, Schimmer comes screaming in with the cross. Whoops. And Lexi Cook walks right in, 2-0. Up 3-0. Paula Bosa sends it in, and Courtney Harrison just heads it over everybody. 4-0 Reavers at the break.
Again, be ruthless. Be ruthless. No feelings. No emotion.
Adam Sanchez making sure his team doesn't let up, and Big Blue doesn't. 53rd minute, Lou Brousseau. Nice little tap in. The freshman from France comes up big once again. 8th ranked Iowa Western smokes Iowa Central 8-1. The Reavers off to the regional final against Indian Hills. The sun is shining on unranked Indian Hills. The faces tell the story. Number 2 Iowa Western walks into the locker room at half, down 2-0 to the Warriors. Second half, the Reavers mount a charge. The home team, 11 shots to just 2 for the visitors. But it's just a stone wall. Big Blue, everything but score. And the faces tell the story. Afternoon shadows fall on the pitch. Iowa Western falls to Indian Hills in the regional final, 2-0.
We got to figure some stuff out. We came out flat, that's just the reality of it. Like, we came out flat. When you play good teams, you got to make sure your preparation is spot on. Our preparation wasn't that good yesterday. So we kind of put ourselves in that hole, and they're a good team. You got to give credit to them. They came out and they executed and did what they need to do, so that's on. Hats off to them.
We came out a little bit lazy, had a couple of lazy practices, so how we practiced led to our game. But
you're not used to this.
No, we're not, to be honest. We're used to always winning the big games, but I mean, it happens. It's part of the game, you know. You just have to take it and learn from it, and hopefully we can still get that bid to Florida, so we'll see.
The Reavers' record now stands at 16-2-1. And next up, the wait to hear if Iowa Western gets in at large bid to the national tournament. Big Blue comes out looking for its 17th regional title in 19 years. Not even 3 minutes into the match, Juliet Duarte with the header, and the home team's up for good. Not even 3 minutes later, another freshman from Barcelona, Marta Lupis, left foot, far post. And it's 2-0 at the break. Planning for even more in the second half. 66th minute, Pilar Casas sends it in, and again, the keeper can't handle it. 3-0 Iowa Western. Nanami Hata and the Reavers tackle on a penalty kick and let the celebration begin. Big Blue blanks the Hills 4-0.
This one's the best. Like, the most recent one's always the best. And the group I'm with currently is always my favorite, and that's the way it works.
We knew it before. We have a really good team, but we didn't be good together. So after all the games we passed together, we are like a team now. We are like a family, and we understand each other in the field.
Amazing. We all worked so hard, and for to get the result was amazing.
Iowa Western grabs its 7th regional plaque in a row. Next up, unbeaten Illinois Central at home Saturday, November 5th for the right to go to the Natty. And so the women are ready to rock for their 8th trip to nationals in 10 years, and that's pretty impressive. 7th-ranked Iowa Western rolls with number 14 Illinois Central for the right to go to the Natty. First half, Marta Lupis takes the cross. The home team finds the back of the net. 38th minute, Courtney Harrison starts it. Paula Bosa finishes it. Little chilly out as the Reavers lead at 2-0 at the break. Second half, up 3-0. Little ping pong action, and then Marta Lupis, her second of the day. Ditto for Paula. Bosa goes far post. Iowa Western's off to the Nationals with a 5-0 win.
The girls did it all. They were fantastic. They had a great week of preparation for this match. They were laser focused in practice and training, and what you saw today on the field is what they were been doing all week.
What's it mean to go back to nationals for you? You've been there before.
I'm excited. I'm excited for sure. I think it's a good opportunity for all of us because it's a different team. So I think that we could do some really amazing things.
I don't have words to say. It's amazing. We have a really good team, and I don't have words to say.
Massive with the adversity that we've gone through today or this season. So like it's just massive for them, and I'm super excited for them.
Make that now 8 district titles for Iowa Western in the last 10 years. Next stop for the Reavers, the Natty in Evans, Georgia. And finally, same old story for the volleyball team. Sophomore day on the other side.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
The Iowa Western volleyball team closes out its regular season by saying goodbye, and it's always an emotional day. And the Reavers looking to do so on a high note, as Big Blue has been coming on strong at the end of the season when it matters most. Most head coaches will tell you that. And the home team looking to do it right again. Loud and clear. 12 sophomores get hugs, pose for pictures, and are simply celebrated and remembered. Then it's time to serve it up in the last regular season match of the season against Northeast. Freshman Lauren Bottomley leads the charge with 9 kills, hammered down. The home team, a block party. Reavers take it 26-24. Second set, Iowa Western, 20 blocks overall. Madison Haverman, 6 of them to go along with her 9 Ks. Critical point at 23 all, and it's in. Iowa Western wins the last 2 to take it 25-23. Blowing kisses and thanking the fans. Third set, all Reavers with the ace. Big Blue wins its 5th in a row, 6th in 7 games, blocking the Hawks 25-13.
Going into every season, you want to be playing your best games. You want to be playing your best ball at the end of the season. So that was obviously our goal this year, and I feel like we are back on track with it. The mental game has been the thing that we've really struggled the most with, I would say, because I think the mentality portion is the part that sometimes can put roadblocks into the physicality. So, mentally this team has grown tremendously, especially over the past month here. We're going into postseason play right now, and it's anyone's game. And I think if any year for us to be excited about that, it's this year, because we still have a chance.
Iowa Western will serve it up against the host school, Vincennes, in a Midwest District B semifinal, Sunday, November 6th at 1 o'clock. Iowa Western then traveled to Vincennes, where the Reavers actually defeated the host school 3-1 in the Midwest District B semifinal. But that being said, perennial pain in the neck, Missouri West Plains then shut out Big Blue 3-0 in the district championship game. So, Iowa Western's done. The Reavers end their season at 20-17. And so for this latest edition of IWTV News, I'm J.J. Davis, and as always, I'll see you around campus.
IWTV is online. Like us, follow us, watch us.